Have you ever wondered, if mountains could speak, who would they complain to first? Perhaps the government, or maybe all of us. This is the story of the Aravalli range, the same Aravalli that once stood as a silent guardian for Delhi's air, Punjab's fertile soil, and Rajasthan's precious water. For centuries, it was a natural fortress, protecting millions from the harsh desert winds and shaping the climate of an entire region. But one day, everything changed. Decisions were made in air-conditioned offices, signed off in files, and a death sentence was passed. The mountains began to be carved away, piece by piece, from the very land they had protected for millennia. On paper, everything looked perfectly legal. In government offices, the official line was clear: everything is as per the rules. But while laws were being quoted in daylight, a different story unfolded under the cover of darkness. Huge machines roared to life, their metal jaws tearing into the ancient rock, turning majestic mountains into nothing more than fragments of rubble. To the contractors, these weren't sacred stones. They weren't part of a vital ecosystem. They were just money, waiting to be mined and sold. And the government, it remained silent. So profoundly silent that even the deafening sound of entire mountains being broken went unheard. It was a silence that allowed the destruction to continue, day after day, night after night. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the impact began to ripple outwards. The consequences were not immediate, but they were inevitable. In Rajasthan, the land closest to the destruction, wells that had provided water for generations began to run dry. Water became a distant memory, a luxury people could no longer afford. The earth, once dotted with green, surrendered its color and began turning a barren, dusty yellow. A creeping desertification began to claim the land. Further north, in Delhi, the air grew thick and heavy. A constant choking haze covered the sky, blurring the sun. The fresh air that the Aravalli once filtered was gone, replaced by dust and pollutants. Children, who should have been playing outside, started fearing to take a deep breath. Their playgrounds became danger zones, and respiratory illnesses became frighteningly common. And in Punjab, the breadbasket of India, the very rhythm of nature was disrupted. The monsoon rains, which farmers had depended on for centuries, stopped coming on time. One year, there would be devastating floods. The next, a crippling drought. Farmers would look up at the empty sky, their faces etched with worry, and fall silent. Their experience, their ancestral knowledge of the seasons, no longer seemed to matter. The weather had become a gamble. As these crises deepened, people started asking questions. Why is all this happening so suddenly? Why is the climate changing so fast? But amidst all the confusion and fear, no one seemed to ask the most important question of all. Where did the mountains go? The Aravalli had been systematically cut away, and with its disappearance, the natural shield that had protected 3 entire states was gone. The connection was simple, yet it was completely overlooked. I once spoke to an old farmer from a village nestled near what was left of the range. He didn't have tears in his eyes, only a deep, hollow emptiness. He told me, when the mountains were there, we never worried about the weather. They were our elders. They took care of us. He paused, then said, now, every morning begins with fear. Fear of drought, fear of dust storms, fear for our children's future. There was no anger in his voice, only profound questions that no one had the answers to. Eventually, when conditions became too dire to ignore, the system that had been asleep finally began to stir. Inquiries were set up. Old files were dusted off and reopened. Fines, some of them massive, were imposed on the mining companies. But it was a classic case of too little, too late. The law finally woke up, but by then, the damage was done. The wells that had dried up did not magically refill with water. The air didn't become clean overnight. The mountains didn't grow back. And this brings us to the bitter truth. The contractors cut the mountains for profit. The government shrouded itself in a convenient silence. And the price was paid by ordinary people, by farmers, by children, by generations who haven't even been born yet. When we pursue development by killing nature, it's not development at all. It is destruction, plain and simple. The Aravalli was never just a pile of stone and gravel. It was our shield. It was our source of life. It was our breath. We must remember this. Mountains do not die in a single day. It takes years of greed and neglect to kill them. But the impact of their death, that lasts for centuries. As we stand here today, amidst the dust and the regret, the only question that remains is this: will we learn from our mistakes, or will we continue on this path, leaving the next generation nothing but a barren wasteland and a legacy of loss. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please share it. The more people who know the truth, the harder it will be to ignore. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that matter.